guys, welcome to the final episode of Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 2. Surprised how long it's taken me to get through there, or at least it feels longer. I went back and I looked at the episode count, and Episode 1 was actually a little longer, not by much, but that of course included a bunch of the extra stuff I did, and it's probably partly due to how much I had to edit out from this one. But it seems like it's taken me a lot longer to get through, maybe just because there was more playing around before I started recording. Anyway, with that being said, we are here in the desert, ready to take on the final super boss in the game. As you may or may not recall, I was much lower leveled earlier on with my mechs. I was actually level 44. I did a little bit of level grinding, used the method I mentioned when we first got here, which is going in and out of the segment address store, fighting two of those whale-like dudes, and then getting lots of experience that way. I gained 6 levels. It didn't take me long, probably about an hour. But even at this point, I'm under-leveled for this, which is not where I've been for pretty much anything else in this game so far. I've pretty much always been over-leveled or right on par with the ESs. So it's going to be tricky, mainly because even as of recording this episode starting right now, in my testing yesterday, I still have not beaten this boss. In my test run, I eked out a victory once. So this is going to be a rather interesting episode. I will probably just be cutting at the, assuming I fail, I will probably be cutting at the start of the boss fight, and there might be a strange transition there. Anyway, with that being said, let's take a look and see what we have going for us here. We're going to use Asher and Zebulon. Dina, according to the guide, they're not recommended. You could go either way. I like Asher for the higher HP and slightly more damage, but unfortunately you can't bring in Dina, Asher, and Zebulon because that would be a much better party, and we would not be dead. But anyway, so let's take a look here. Here we've got Tune Circuit, G status double, and auto recover. Auto recover is a must. If you do not have this, you will lose. This is pretty much a guarantee. He does an attack that hits both party members that does a lot of damage, and there's no way of avoiding that. Asher, now I was going to give Charge Clean, Tune Circuit, and Status Double so I could cast Quick on him. However, from some stupid idea, Charge Clean removes Quick as well as negative status effects, so it's basically wasted on him. So Charge Recover will have to suffice. Let's see here. You may want to set up the Dina with some stuff and then bring Dina in to do a combo attack, or not a combo attack, but a I got Wings of Light. Boss is weak to aura. So you may want to do that and then set up the Dina to come in and use Chain Blast. In my experience, it hasn't really worked out that well, and you really do need your boosts a lot more for healing and staying alive. So I would avoid that. For Zebulon, we're paired with Ziggy for Power Kick. It seems to do slightly more damage. Golden Bow would have been nice, but Asher needs to have this. Asher is the most damage you're going to get from any character you have, so you might as well do that. Power Kick is better than the other one, seems to do slightly more damage than Starlight Arrow or Ice Rondo, so we're just going to stick with that. And that's pretty much it for the setup. Oh, my characters, I believe they have Combo Boost. I have no idea what my characters have, actually. Combo Boost, Revenge Power, Status Protection, EP half for Momo. Who knows what else I have. Anyway, let's go die. This is Mikhamre, and one of the strangest bosses I've ever come across in any game. Hello! You're almost dead now. Yay! Medical right away. Now, depending on how the battle starts off, you may be able to get away with it. You need to have at least 8,500 HP with Zebulon at all times, if at all possible. If it falls below, you must heal. Otherwise, you will die. You are going to spend the vast majority of this fight stalking. I need to get Quick going. Now. Quick is essential, which is why I have the status double on. Zebulon needs like double the amount of turns that she gets in this fight. Now, the boss will tend to target the Asher almost exclusively with the single targeting attacks that she does. And let's go Medica All. And so in that way, it's somewhat easy to use Zebulon to keep Asher all healed up. But at the same time, you need so many more turns for the Zebulon to cast Quick, to heal, to stalk, to get things, you know, her EP back, and to get things set up. Alright, so this boss has two forms. It has its regular form, which is called Creeping Form, and it's got Pure Form. Pure Form is your friend. Now, I have learned some new skills which I didn't go over. Down decks, all of the down ethers, these are all level 1, and all of the break ones, even though I won't be using them, including Junk Beam, which again is junk. Normally, what you would do is, oh, Break Beam, it attacks a mechanical enemy. We should use this on the mech. Do that, and it'll end pure mode. Now, what she normally, or the he or it, them, they said our name is, so maybe it's them, I don't know. They tend to take, or sorry, in pure mode, they won't attack you. They will just tell you a bunch of random lines and you won't, you know, won't take any damage. However, if you use your, actually, I'm going to go for down physical defense. It doesn't really matter which one, as long as it's a down ether and not a break ether. But you want to use it on Mikhamre. If you do this, they will counter if they have boost, and if they don't have boost, they will use, they will wait till their next turn, like they do here, and they will call you precious children and do one of three things. 1, that, which is the best option. 2, will use a ability that's basically Refresh H or Refresh L. And the other one is a Medica 2 effect on a single target, but it doesn't always target the right ones, so you don't really want to rely on that. As soon as you have everything stocked up, go for your attacks. You want Asher behind for the vast... Don't guard that. For the vast majority of this fight, because Wings of Light is your best bet. Weak to Aura, Slash, Pierce, and Hit. Obviously no Break Zone. But yeah, you really need to be stalking all the time. If I had a way of auto-hasting Asher, I would. The other option is to take Charge Clean off and put, status double, and then keep him quicked all the time. That can work and it cannot work. Now, early on in the fight, when the boss enters pure mode, they will take less damage. Or, well, not that will take less damage. They will just sit there and take your attacks and heal you if you cast things. However, if you attack them later on in the fight when they go into pure mode, it'll instantly take them out and they'll go back into creeping mode. Creeping mode is their attacking mode. So, yeah. I'm going to boost you. I don't need to boost you anymore, but the one thing you absolutely must do is keep boost as high as you can. In fact, can I use items in this fight? I don't think I can I? No, I can't use items. Otherwise, I would use those boost max items, which would be very nice. So stock you there. And unfortunately, you're the one who gets the critical, but that's fine. We'll use Power Kick. Criticals are a good thing. Basically, the entirety of the fight, Asher will be stalking and trying to be at the boss's back when attacking, which won't happen the entire time. Because, like I said, the boss tends to target Asher, so Asher will have to use the move command once or twice. You need Quick again. I believe Quick's supposed to last 5 turns, so technically with status double it should last 10, but it doesn't seem to. Or at least sometimes it doesn't. Are you finished yet? It's changing into creeping mode. That's your warning that you need to, well, be prepared for that. Make sure before you get to the point where it's trying to turn into creeping mode that you're at full HP from using break ethers on it, or sorry, down ethers on it, so that it'll heal you. Now, when it says that it's turning back, you can use a down ether like this, and make its next turn heal you instead of going into creeping mode, kind of delaying it by a turn. So that's a rather effective strategy in my eyes, and it should at least give you another opportunity to use some attacks on it. When you get the boss down to certain HP levels, it will enter new abilities. It'll get new attacks, and it'll also have a kind of a new strategy a little bit. It's kind of weird. This boss is not a lot of fun to fight. So, yeah, even in creeping mode, if you can, use as much of your attacks as you can. I really, 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 really wish I had stock 1 for this fight, but it doesn't work in mech form, so unfortunately, not a whole lot I can do about that. So you can stock, and you can heal. Unfortunately, Zebulon's going to get a lot more turns. She needs even more turns than that, but Asher needs more turns as well. So we're going to stock with you, and then I'm going to boost you, and we're going to do boost 1. Now, the boss does use a couple of attacks that are arc-based, so if your 2 mechs are standing side by side, they'll both be hit. If they're opposite sides like they are now, then only one of them will get hit. Boss also uses a lot of attacks like this one, which hit all your party members regardless. Okay, time to heal, which is pretty much all Zebulon needs to do. Basically stock and heal at this point. Make sure quick is always set up. I would move, but I need my boosts, so I'm not going to bother doing it this time. So there's Wings of Light. I went through that a little too fast. Basically, it said that the boss's parameters went up. Basically, it gets higher attack, slightly lower defense, which is almost unnoticeable. And, of course, that didn't help. Yeah, they'll use that ability a lot, so you shouldn't attack too many times like I just did there. That's the one that's area-based. As you can see, we're dead already. There's no way to survive this without Zebulon, or cheating. But yeah, it'll get into a form here at certain points. Usually there's between 1 and 6 turns of creeping mode, and then it goes back into pure mode. So now that I'm, of course, weakened here, I need to go and cast Ethers on this guy so that I can get healed. If they have any boost at the time, they will use the boost in order to heal you. And that was on an Ether one, so that'll be even more HP. That's great. Oh, yes, that was awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to boost you. Stock. And you need quick. And I need to do boost 1, and I need to stock. Pretty much it gets to the point where through a certain section, you won't be able to do anything useful with Zebulon, and then other times where you need to do 6 things at the same time. So, yeah, so we're just going to go for Wings of Light here. Now, once they do that one and you offend Mikhamre, then she or he will immediately go back into this. You can still kind of bypass that with the using down decks or whatever, any down ether, but it doesn't always work at this stage. Now, some of the attacks are guardable. Unfortunately, I won't be able to guard them if I'm not already stalking, because Inner Peace is so great. Now, this inflicts charge down. I didn't mention that last time. Charge down will make you lose points or lose charge EC each time you charge or stalk or just have a turn in general, I believe. So you're definitely going to want to have either charge clean or make sure that Zebulon is healing that ASAP if you don't have that on. Yeah, charge down is horrible. That's the biggest reason for charge clean. The other ability the boss can do is L slow. That's annoying. L blind doesn't matter. You may have noticed I had that on Zebulon earlier on, and I didn't take it off because it doesn't matter. I don't think it has any effect on your normal attacks. And yes, I have revenge power, so I'm able to counter boost. The more attempts I get at that, the better. So that's... Actually, no, I think I have rebound and revenge power with Asher there. So that would have been on Junior. Yeah, we're going to go for the power kick. Now, that's of course going to make you attack. This one inflicts slow. That's the arc attack that's really powerful. And I'm not going to bother healing because the next attack is just going to kill you anyway. I have that on. I'm going to cast Boost 1. Oh, and you went straight into that. That will actually save me. I probably should have healed, but okay. Stock. Now, if you, like, pure mode is your safe mode. If you use a break ether instead of a down ether, it will end this mode right away. So you don't want to do that. Heal All is more powerful than its Medica 2 effect one on one character for some reason. We loathe you, blue things. Okay. And now its HP, I haven't even gone over this, is actually 200,000. It's like 10, 12,000 more than Dark Urtikaiser. So it technically has the most HP in the game. But the other one is for a character battle. So that's much more daunting in my opinion. Once it hits 60,000 HP and below, it will start being really annoying. So we don't want to get it down there until, well, we just don't. And once it's below 30,000, it will never enter pure mode again. So once you get to that point, you have to basically kill it ASAP. Whether that means expending all your boosts just so you can stalk and use another attack. Whatever you have to do, you have to kill it at that point. So you're going to stalk. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to start to do that a lot sooner now. So I would like to get... I'd go for the one that's physical defense because that helps me out a little more. Because if it hits, then I'll actually take less damage, or he'll take more damage, so. And now you're going to go back down into that. See, this time it didn't bypass anything, but I'm on critical, so let's go Wings of Light. There we go. Now I need to get you down a little more than that. And then comes the part where I always die. Sorry this episode's been long. It probably will continue to be long. Let's see here. So stock for you. And you're dead. Oh, not dead. Unbelievable. I will take that. Ow! And you're dead. Hopefully that doesn't kill your charge, does it? It does not. Good. Now, this is the point in the fight where chances are I'm just going to be casting Revert and then dying, and then Revert, and then dying until it goes into its next pure mode. Or it can go straight into pure mode. Having a much easier time with this than I've tended to in the past, so let's hit you with that. The other thing that this is useful at doing, other than healing you, here's its Medica 2 effect. Please use it on Asher, thank you. Is, oh, at this point, it'll probably, as soon as you hit it, it'll probably come out of this, out of pure mode, and I don't want to go out of pure mode quite yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back here. Yeah, okay, you're wasting turns now. Can I go? Thank you. And so let's do that one more time. It'll give you a warning before it's going to go back into creeping mode, so I don't have to worry about being at the back. And that's what I wanted you to do, because that's going to get pretty damn close to fully healing you. And now I'm going to go for dual attacks on your back here, so I can do some more damage. hopefully... And I forgot that it was going to do that. Yeah. Special attack mode now. Now is the point where you're going to hit that special attack that does a lot of damage and will kill both of your mechs. Okay, so I'm going to boost you. Yeah, I don't care that you're doing that. That's fine. Yeah, now you're going to come straight out of there. That's fine. I'm going to have to boost... Yeah, stop that. I'm going to boost you one more time, and I'm going to move to the opposite side. And then I'm actually going to use a normal attack. The reason for this is I need to be facing the opponent. Now it's going to do creeping here. Hopefully I'll get another turn. Or you could go straight for the attack. That works too. And there's the instant kill. Yeah. This entire run of creeping mode is going to be me doing this. And it's rather unfortunate because I don't have any boost at this point, which is what you really need at this point. This is going to hurt because it's going to hit both. So one thing you have to be aware of is this attack because it hits both, and if it kills one and lowers Zebulon's HP, you might get to the point where you'll have to heal, and if you have no boost, you're pretty much screwed because you have to have both mechs alive on all of their turns. And yeah, as you can see, I need to get into pure mode ASAP because I'm running out of EP. There we go. Whew. That was scary. Okay, so you need to cast down defense, and then you need to cast quick because I need you to get a lot of turns here really quick, but I definitely need a heal. Which one are you using that on? There we go, that's better. You need to stock. I am indeed going to do that. I'm going to cast another one of those. But first, I really need quick. It'll get me more turns, and it'll be better overall, hopefully. This is always the part of the boss fight when I end up dead. And you can stock there. No, I don't have nearly enough healing. Ether... If I can't attack at all this time, oh, perfect, I needed that. That's fine. I will make do with it. I'm full HP, and I should have a chance, hopefully, to stock with you. And you need to cast Boost. Where is it? There it is. This is not an easy boss fight by any stretch. It doesn't seem like you're on the... almost dead at this point, but having you stalking is going to help me. And you, I need to do boost 1 until I have full boost again, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to survive when we get to the end of this. Make sure you're not getting the boss below 30,000, but I do have one more hit I can do, and then it's all about stock. So that should work out. The reason why I boosted is so I could stock so that the next attack wouldn't do anything. Hopefully I'll have a chance to dodge it. Zebulon has to stock because she's almost out of EP. So yeah. This one you can guard, but you can't avoid, as you can see there. Yeah, you need to stock now. And you need to stock. And... you know what? I think I'm good. I'm going to stock there. And a guard. Perfect. Now, once it goes into pure mode the next time, that's when I will set everything up for the final go. Unfortunately, I can't use something like Attacker on the Asher there, which is rather unfortunate, but oh well. If I attack you now, you won't go into pure mode. So we gotta stock. No way around it. And you can do Medical. Probably should have done Medical too, but well. Oh, and I used my Intercept, which may have probably screwed me. ether. I'm going to refresh quick, even though it hasn't run out yet. We're right down to the nitty-gritty. Normally I go for the kill as soon as possible, but in this case I just can't do it. Alright, so pure mode. I might be screwing myself over if he's not going to go into pure mode at all. So I'm going to... You have 30,000 left. If I boost you... Power kick... Everything is darkness. Now you've reached your final parameter level, and I need to... You have charge down. So I literally have no choice, because if I do any action, it will cut out. So I'm going to have to go here, then I'm going to have to boost you again, and then stalk to clear it. And you are going to cast Boost 1, and then I'm going to boost you, and then you're going to stalk one more time. And if that doesn't kill you, and perfect. It's amazing that that happened on screen. The first time I've beaten this character in this run was on screen. Wow. Sweet. I am very happy now. Very, very happy about that. And we get shit tons of experience after that very long fight. And again, just like with all the other super bosses, auto recover, E300 max or whatever it is. And that is everything. Now, the only other thing that I really wanted to talk about was... I'm not going to the menu because that sound effect's annoying. The only thing I really wanted to talk about was just in terms of this game compared to the previous game. I didn't really talk about it too much in the review, but all around, I don't hate this game. Not as much as I did the first time I played it. Admittedly, you are basically required to have a strategy guide in order for this game to be playable. Like, without a strategy guide, you are screwed on so many different things. You know, from the battle system to the GS campaign, everything would take you forever to do without a strategy guide. And I've put 56, almost 57 hours into this playthrough. It's going to be 70 hours if you don't have any of these guides. And it just takes way too long to get what you want to get done, or finish a boss, or finish an area, or whatever. I wish you got Urtikaiser earlier. That would have helped out. You really needed some kind of attack that hit multiple enemies, that had the ability to kill, or at least, you know, reduce HP by half, that you didn't need to buff up in order to do something to just help the battle along. Some way of doing it. Now, I think this is the lowest rated game in the whole series. However, when I did my test run for episode 3, I was surprised by how much I was annoyed, not so much by the battle, I found a way around that rather quickly, but by the story. And that's the one thing that there were some hiccups with the story in this game. The focus on Junior's plot I like. The fact that Shion becomes a side character and has kind of like a complete changeover in terms of her personality, I didn't like. Same with Momo. She also kind of did a 180 and started acting childish after being a lot more focused and determined in the first game. But with the new graphic style that's more realistic, the characters didn't really come across as more real. But they didn't come across as less real or a lot stupider than they were in the first game. No, they saved that for the third game, which kind of brings me to the point. When I was thinking back on these games after not having played them for nearly a decade, I thought, you know, okay, I liked episode 1, I hated episode 2, and episode 3 was exactly what I wanted in my memory. It was all there. It's like, this is exactly what I wanted, and all the characters are cool, and the battle system's fine again, and all this stuff, and everything's awesome. It's not quite so black and white. Episode 3 has a lot of problems too. But that being said, episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3 are all easily worth playing. and the storyline that unfolds through all of them is excellent. Hiccups aside. Anyway, that's all for Xenosaga Episode 2. Stay tuned because Episode 3 is coming pretty soon. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.